welcome to the Festival of Storytellers.
I can't tell you how excited I am to be on right now. It's been a couple of weeks of excitement, getting prepared, and I've done a lot of things in my life, but this has got to be close to the top.
Thank you, and Reader's Magnet, and thank you, John, for putting this forth and taking the chance on us authors in presenting this out to the world.
I've enjoyed this immensely, Joanne.
Ellie, so have I. Thank you for who you are, and thank you, Reader's Magnet. You all are beautiful, and you've worked so very hard, and we are blessed.
We are.
I thank everybody that's involved with this process, because we know writers need readers and writers need publishers. We thank Reader's Magnet and everybody that's involved. I love Reader's Magnet. They say, we share your stories with the world.
Hi, my name is Linda Daniele, and I am the author of Grandpa Nick's Bump and also Grandpa Nick, the Conductor. Okay, and I'm here to discuss the books and things. If you hear my dog in the background, there's another dog outside, and she wants to go play. So her name is Molly, and so if you hear that, she's actually sitting in the window looking at the other dog, so she may be barking soon. So just so that if you hear that's what's going on. So again, I'm Linda Daniele, and I have Grandpa Nick's Bump here. And this was a story about my husband who had meningioma, and the bump was a tumor that was very, very big. It was really, really big. It was it looked like he was growing another head. It was very big. And across the street from where my husband and I live, there's 4 children who we babysat for many, many years, all from when they were born, really. And so they came across the street one day when my husband was working on the car, and he's in the driveway and working on the car, and somehow they had realized that they didn't have a grandfather. And so they asked him to be their grandfather, and he said, of course, I'd love to do that. And Nick was always silly. He was silly with the kids. He'd place them in trees. He'd run around with them, get on the ground and play with them. He was always silly. So that's what this story is. From when the children asked him to be their grandfather to, unfortunately, about 4 months later, Grandpa Nick passed away from meningioma, from that bump, from the tumor that he had. So that's this story. And the other day, I don't know if people had been looking at it, but I had talked about the artwork. And I was just talking to somebody before this, and they wanted to see a little bit of the artwork that the kids had done. So I'm going to do that and do some reading. And then I'm going to also do some reading from Grandpa Nick, the Conductor. Okay. Grandpa Nick's Bump is from Christian Faith Publishing. And they did a beautiful job on the book. I was really happy with it. And then Grandpa Nick, the Conductor, is from Reader's Magnet, and they were superb. Everything that I asked them to do, they did. And this is I've only had it like a month. It's only been out on the market for about a month. So, it's pretty new. And both of these books are available at Barnes and Noble, Amazon, and this one is available at Reader's Magnet as well. So just in case, they kind of make good Christmas presents if you were thinking about Christmas yet. So, but I thought I would do a little bit of the artwork, and only because it was a request. And I can show you some of the pictures here. The dedication of Grandpa Nick's bump is looking to the light of the Father with love. This little book is dedicated to the importance of fatherhood, because dads are really, really important. Sometimes we don't talk about what fathers do as much. We just expect them to work and to provide and protect and all the different things that they do. But you get a chance, make sure you thank your dad. Thank your dad today or as soon as you can, because they do wonderful things, and this world would be a very sad place without them. So the 4 little children I talked about are these 4 children, okay? And I think if we work it out right, tomorrow on this little broadcast at 6 o'clock, the youngest one, the one in red, will be here to talk about Grandpa Nick's bump. And he's now a freshman in high school, so he doesn't look like that anymore. He's very tall. And then on Friday, I won't be broadcasting on Thursday, but on Friday, I'm going to have Joseph, the one in the fatigue coat, the little one. Oops, over here. I get it backwards. This one will be here, and he's like 6 feet tall. He's really, really tall. And then the oldest one, which is in blue, is Emma, and she just started college. So this has been a while. And the other little one here is Maggie. And she, I believe, is a junior in high school. So they've grown up quite a bit, a lot. Okay. So, but with the artwork here's Grandpa Nick playing and being silly and putting Joseph in the trash can. And he really did do that. It was a clean trash can, not a dirty one, but he would play, all over the place. And then what I did here is, if I can get this right, there's a dove on every page. Oops, I'm going the wrong way again. There's a dove on every page right here. See? And that represents the Holy Spirit, because we are never alone. Even if we have a hard day, a really bad day, we're never, ever alone. The Holy Spirit is always with us. Sometimes we don't think about the Holy Spirit, but he's always with us. And so on the pages, the children need to, they're supposed to find the little dove, the little Holy Spirit dove on the pages. So to give you an idea, here is Grandpa Nick with Joseph. All right. And what I did is I had the children make their own pictures when I first started doing this. And this is that picture. So I made like little booklets for each child. And I just had the words on it. And they were to color the picture, to make the picture for me. And they knew it was going to be in a book. At that time, I was thinking about doing a scrapbook. It was just going to be a scrapbook for them. But it kind of grew from there. So this is the child's drawing, and I can't remember which one. They could probably tell you. And this is the other one here. So what I will do is I'm just going to go through the pages a little bit and show you the children's artwork, and then I will show you, then I'll read it a little bit for you. So here again is Grandpa Nick with Joseph in the trash can, and the Holy Spirit is down on the bottom. Whoops, wrong way. This way. Here. There's the Holy Spirit by the tree. The little dovey is there. Okay. And so the next page is Sean, who's the little one, who hopefully will be here tomorrow night at 6. There's Sean, and Nick is fixing his bike for him, his tricycle. All right. And this is what the children drew with the tricycle. Okay. This is what they drew. And again, I just made little booklets with the words on them, and they did the pictures. So this is Grandpa Nick helping Sean with his tricycle. Okay. And this is the real picture. And I scanned them, and I took them to the, I sent them off to the artists. And again, this one is Christian Faith Publishing. All right. So here's one with Margaret. She had made, whoops, I'm going backwards again. She had made cars and bridges and colored them with Nick. He was an engineer, so he was really an excellent engineer. And he always had a pencil in his ear and a slide rule in his pocket. Anybody remember what a slide rule is? He could do a slide rule faster than a computer could. There you go. And this is the page that she made with all the cars and bridges and everything that Nick made with her, that Grandpa Nick made with her. And then over here, whoops, she is playing by a swing, and he's chasing her. And there's, oops, it's actually backwards to me. There's the little Holy Spirit Debbie right there. Okay. And this is what the children drew. Put this one down. You can see that. That's what the children drew. With Grandpa Nick and Maggie. And just being silly, running around a tree. Okay. And then I'm going to read this to you later so that you can get the whole story. All right. And if you have any comments, you please feel free to write in the chat. I love that. I love the interaction. So this is Sean making a mess at breakfast time. We would go and babysit in the morning, and there were 4 little steps, and the children would it was bedlam. It was just crazy. And so Mom would be trying to get out the door to go to work, and there would be Sean and the cat and everybody. And then right here by my finger in the window is the little Debbie. And they have had also drawn a picture of the Holy Spirit dove as well. So that would be, this is what the children drew. They drew this in 2015, so they were much older when they drew these pictures. Grandpa Nick passed away in 2011. So the kids were much older when they actually drew the pictures. Okay. So the next one is this one. And there's Emma. Oops. Nope. I'm backwards. Emma, it falls off the couch because she's laughing, right? She falls off the couch laughing because he's being silly again and telling some kind of a joke. So this is the picture that they drew. Okay. And that's the couch. And she falls off the couch laughing. And the words are on top. They did a pretty good job, you know. I'm really happy with the way they did that, because when I scanned them and sent them to the artists, they drew from the children's pictures. So this one was a hard one. Okay. This is when they notice that there's a bump on his head, and they're asking all sorts of questions. Okay. And then this is what the artist did. Oops. Let me see. Whoops. Nope, I skipped a page here. Whoops, can't do that. There it is. This is what the artist did, and included all 4 kids. Okay, and he always has a pencil in his ear. And the Holy Spirit's there asking a question too. What's going on there? Okay. And then they make cards. They realize that he's sick. They know that he's sick, so they make little cards for him. And this is the card. We love you. Get well. Okay. And then from here, we have, this is what they actually drew. And again, they were older. I love that because all the cards are in their arms. Okay. And then this next one I absolutely love. I would not have thought of this myself. There's Grandpa Nick praying for the children. And the little Holy Spirit dove is right there. Okay. And this is what the children drew. Whoops, let me see if I can get this. Here we go. When they were older, and it goes right along with the story. All right. But they're the ones that came up with the idea of the praying hands. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have come up with that, actually. Then he goes to, Grandpa Nick goes to Boston. Some of you may be familiar with the Boston hospitals. There's Massachusetts General Hospital. There's Brigham and Women's. There's Dana-Farber. Well, when my husband had his surgery, all three hospitals, actually, their doctors got together. They can work together, and they had their own teams of doctors, and it was massive, massive surgery. It was huge. And so we take the bus to Boston. He was really too sick to drive. Boston is I live in Massachusetts. Boston's probably 2 hours away from here. Where I live, I'm on the other end of the state. And so he takes the bus to Boston to get the bump removed. All right. So they knew he was sick. So then in everybody's life, there's a sad page. Every once in a while, there's just one sad day. And so this is the sad page, because this is really about death and dying and life and celebrating life. So they realize that he has passed away, and there's Mom and Dad, getting ready to get the kids off the bus, and there's the children. Okay. And there are not very many books out there about death and dying with a loved one. Normally, the books about dying are about pets, my kitty, my doggy, my horse. Most of the time, when people are dealing in literature with death and dying for children, it's about pets. There's not too many books out there about loved ones, about a grandfather, a mom, a dad, brother, sister. There's not many books out there for that. So I felt very strongly that I want children to know that this is natural. It's a very natural thing to do. So here is heaven. Okay, and the dove is just underneath the rainbow. All right. So this was the bus to Boston that the kids did. And then this is the school bus when the parents are waiting. And you can see that sunshine. Very important. And here are the children crying. Grandpa Nick has died. It's important that we do say like somebody has passed away, but it's also important that we actually use the real word that they have died. Children can handle it. Believe it or not, children can handle it. Sometimes it's the adults that have a hard time with they have sometimes more of a hard time. So then a happy page is, I forgot. This is what the children did with the cards and the castle. So they made the rainbow. They made the rainbow. All right. And then this page at the end, you have Jesus, and you have Nick with a little snowflake, and you have God the Father way over here. God the Father holding the Holy Spirit dove. And Joseph is just getting out of the trash can. Okay? He's just getting out of the trash can. So this is what the children drew on this one. Isn't that cool? And everybody's smiling. Everybody's smiling. Oops. It's live, so I gotta do this. That's what happens when you're trying to broadcast live. You never know what's going to happen. So that would be the last page. And then this is a real picture of Grandpa Nick. Okay. Always smiling. If anybody has anything in the chat that you would like, if you have a question or anything that you would like to say, I see that the chat is empty. So if anybody would like to go into the chat, just go ahead and I'll see if I can answer any questions, or if you have comments or suggestions, please do. And this is really good too, because this is after Nick has died and Joseph's just coming out of the trash can, right? But Grandpa Nick is like the sun. He's saying he. And he's in the sky. You know? And so it shows Joseph in the trash can and coming out of the trash can, and then Grandpa Nick in the sky. So I thought that was really kind of cool. So let's see, we are 24 wow, 6:24. That disappeared. So what I can do is, since we're doing artwork, I can show you what I did. Now, this is Reader's Magnet, and it is Grandpa Nick the Conductor, okay? And it's about a trolley. So I drew, I'm not a very good artist, but I drew this one, okay? And we sent it off to Reader's Magnet's artists, because Reader Magnet was the publisher of this one. And I gave the different instructions that I wanted and stuff. And so this is what they came up with. Get to the right page. I kept the dove theme in the conductor as well, because I don't want people to be alone. I want them to know that the Holy Spirit is always with them. And so this is the trolley barn that they made, which is pretty close to what I did. So here is my trolley barn. Okay. And this is their trolley barn. It looks pretty good. And then there is a trolley. The name of the trolley is Pearl Mountain number 3. Pearl Mountain number 3. And so this is the picture that I mailed. Oops, backwards. This is the picture that I did, and with a few little instructions. And it's got the pearl shell there, clam shell on it. Pearl Mountain number 3. And this, of course, they can draw. This is what they did. Okay. Pearl Mountain number 3. All right. And they also did this cool thing where they had the letters, the words are in a, like a silent movie screen, you know. They came up with that one. I did not do that one on my own. Okay. So I have just a couple minutes left. So I'm going to read Grandpa Nick's bump to you, and it doesn't take long. Okay, and I did that. Okay. So Joseph was upside down over the trash can with Grandpa Nick holding him by his feet. "Do you want to go in?" Grandpa said. "No," squealed gentle Joseph. Sure enough, in he went, laughing and wiggling all around. He wiggled so much that the trash can fell over, and out he came with a "Do it again, Grandpa!" jump for joy. Are you seeing the pictures, I hope? Grandpa Nick was a fix-it Nick. He fixed all the broken knickknacks and gobbledygooks around. Sean's pedal needed fixing on his tricycle, and when it got fixed, it was a Nick's best fix. And there he is. Okay, and you've already seen the picture, so you know. Margaret was a quiet one with watching eyes. She watched as Grandpa Nick drew his hearts, trains, and bridges with her. After that was done, he put her in a tree and followed that with "Come and get me" and a "hee hee hee." Watching Margaret climb down and ran around that tree, and Grandpa Nick caught her and tickled her with glee. These are the fun pages. The oldest one was Emma, who was ladylike and prim. During breakfast, she would complain that milk was filled up to the brim. So Grandpa Nick would get a cloth and mop up table spills, with Sean on the other side using markers on the sills. Emma the listener loved stories and poked her head up to hear them. She fell off the couch laughing, and then she would repeat them. Oh, I see Fairgoer 991. Very much jealous on the illustrations because I don't even know how to draw. I can't draw either, but they took my stick figures, right? They took my stick figures and stuff, and the professional artists used what we did. So that was kind of cool. How long have you been working on your books? I started writing. I took a writer's class. I was really having a sad time after Nick died, and so in 2015, I took a writing class at my local YMCA, and I just started writing. You know, they say when you're writing, you're supposed to write about what you know. So I started writing about Grandpa Nick and the bump and dealing with the tumor and everything and the children, and this book kind of came together. But this one took a while. This was probably 3 or 4 years before. Because this was published in 2019. And then the conductor didn't take as long. The conductor was probably 1.5 years or so that we worked on that. And that was just published like a month ago. All right. Thank you for asking. Any other questions, please put it in the chat. That'd be awesome. Emma the listener, did I read this? Yeah. Emma the listener loved stories and poked her head up to hear them. She fell off the couch laughing, and then she would repeat them. What a loony time Grandpa Nick would sure provide, until one day they noticed there was a head bump on the side. Aside his head, a little bump that wasn't there before, over time began to grow too big. And what was it growing for? Never had the answer for that. I don't know what it was growing for. The gift of the children was to grow Grandpa Nick's grin so he could smile at the side bump. So silly games and laughter were their presents of the day, and Grandpa Nick would smile and take them out to play. No complaining did he do about that side bump there, but No complaining did he do about that side bump there, but the children noticed Grandpa Nick saying a little prayer. Keep my children happy, Lord, wherever they may go, and I will wink from time to time and play out in the snow. He took the bus to Boston to get the bump removed. He was gone a long time, and people said He's doing well. And they were happy because they thought he was becoming well. This is the sad page. One day, as the children got off the school bus, their mom and dad were there to greet them with sad faces through and through. They told Joseph, Sean, Margaret, and Emma that Grandpa Nick had died. They told him he was happy with Jesus at his side. They all cried when they had heard it, and that's okay to cry. We'll miss him very much, their parents did reply. Then it's a happy page. In heaven, there's a mansion for everyone, Jesus said. And Grandpa Nick's was a big rainbow castle, Sonny Sean had said. They all sat down to draw every rainbow they could draw with a Grandpa Nick and me card that was precious and inspired. So even though that day was hard and everyone was sad, we know that Grandpa Nick is with Jesus and his dad. No tears or sadness are allowed in heaven, don't you see? As Grandpa Nick tastes snowflakes and giggles and hee-hees. And there's Joseph coming out of the trash can. One of the fairgoers asked me if there was a significance of with the trash can. And you could say, I don't think there really is one, but you could say that the story takes place while he's in the trash can, that it happens that quickly. His time passes. Doesn't time pass really quickly lately? Seems that way to me. I think so. All right. And then, and again, this is the real Grandpa Nick here. That's his real picture. All right. Always smiling. Not perfect, but pretty good, you know. Any questions? I think I saw one. Who created your illustration? I really liked it. Well, thank you. This is Christian Faith Publishing, who again took the children's drawings that I sent them and worked from their drawings. And then this one is Reader's Magnet. The Reader's Magnet has been phenomenal in helping me. Everybody on the team, I feel like I have a whole new family. I really love how the rhyming goes with each page. I like poetry. I've written for many years. I did like journaling for myself, and did a lot of poems over the years. And I love music. I was a music major in school many years ago, and that really is something that that I love. But thank you for that. Are there any other questions or comments or anything? Suggestions? I do have, in the future, I'm working on two books. This may take me a little bit, but one is about how I got my dog, Molly. And that's quite a story. It's quite a story. So that is Grandpa Nick's gift. I have been working on that for a little bit. It's just in draft form, though. And this is one that's going to be coming up, and it's going to be called The Adventures of Grandpa Nick and the Model A. This was our wedding car. Okay. This is not the exact Model A. This is a sedan, and our car is a coupe, which means that it's just a two-seater. All right. And here's another picture. It was a beautiful autumn day 40 years ago. We would have had our 40th wedding anniversary this year. But it will be taken from the car's point of view. So the car will be talking, and she'll do all the talking, and her name is Nellie, Nellie the car. And it will take it from when my husband bought the car when he was 15. It's a 1931 Model A coupe. So it's a 90-year-old car that is registered as a regular car, not as an antique. And we are only the second owners of this car. And it will take, the story again will be from the car's point of view, and very young voice, and it would take it all through all the different adventures that we took with the Model A over the 40 years that we had it. And of course, my husband had it many years before I came on the scene. So again, that's a car like something like what I have. That was our actual wedding car, and this is another picture of the same thing. So do you have any comments? Anything that you would like to suggest, or any questions? Well, tomorrow night from 6 to 6:30 again, I will be broadcasting. So I think that would be Wednesday, and I will. I'm hoping to have the youngest child in Grandpa Nick's Bump be here, who is now a freshman in high school, and his name is Sean. That's my little one here. Yep, this little one. Cute as a button. And I won't be broadcasting on Thursday, but on the 18th, but I will do the 19th, the 20th, and maybe possibly the 21st. I'm not sure about the 21st. But I'm hoping on the 20th to have all 4 children. Joseph should be here Friday, and I'm hoping to have all four children on Saturday night, and trying to get them all together now that they're bigger, with their school schedules and sports and running around is quite a feat. So I want to thank Reader's Magnet for this opportunity for the authors to be able to share what we have. I love that little sentence that they have. It's we share your stories with the world, and they really are doing that right now. And this has been really, really fun, and I've enjoyed every moment of it. And please feel free to contact me. The contact information is on my website, ldanielebooks.com. And please feel free to contact me with comments, or even here at the booth. You're more than welcome to do that. So I want to say thank you, and I want you to have a nice evening, and just stay calm and enjoy the evening. Enjoy your family and friends, and your puppies and kitties, and just have a great night. And I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.